Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to my channel if you're new here. My name's Sarah and I am the mom of a 10-month-old little boy named George, and we are packing to go on a road trip. So yes, we are headed off for just a one-night overnighter trip tomorrow, and we are going not far at all, but it is the first time that George is going to be staying in a hotel, and it is our first time traveling anywhere with him that's not to my mom's house. So I'm excited, and of course I'm overthinking everything in terms of packing and what to bring. So from pretty much here on out, it's just me and George, so the only time I really have to get ready for the trip is going to be when he's sleeping, so now in the morning nap tomorrow. So I just had to plan ahead a little bit because I know it's going to be harder to do stuff with him running around when he's awake tomorrow morning. So I just did my regular evening routine with George and cleanup routine afterwards. I actually made a video about that last week, so I will link that if you want to go check it out. Anywho, I tried my best to not overdo anything and just do the basic tidying and spend part of the time that I usually would do extra cleaning and do the packing instead. Don't mind the candle, it's actually, there's a huge thunderstorm going on outside, so hopefully it doesn't interfere with my audio, but there's a candle in case the power goes out because it already did go out for just a couple minutes, but I think I should be okay now because it's been a while since it went out. I'll start over here. I'm just gonna bring the camera with me. Alright, so pretty much I just have all the bags ready to go so that I know exactly where to put everything tomorrow. I have this main big bag, and that's going to be for Dave and I's clothes. I have the smaller bag over here that has diapers in it so far, but it's going to be where George's clothes go. I have my bag for my pump and my pump parts, and then I have George's diaper bag. I also have a list on the counter of all the things that I want to bring. Everything that can be packed is packed right now, but things like the clothes, for example, George is sleeping in the bedroom, so I can't pack those right now. In the bathroom, I have the toiletries ready to go, except for, of course, the things that we're going to be using tomorrow. Things like his lovey, his monitor, his pack and play, all that stuff we can't bring. It's on the list. Also, we're going to be stopping at Shoppers on the way out tomorrow, so I made a list of things that I want to pick up at Shoppers, sort of last minute on the go items, such as baby pouches, which I typically don't give too many to George because I like to give him real food like we have because we're doing baby led weaning, but every once in a while, and a road trip with a hotel is definitely one of those once in a whiles. I'll pull out pouches and it's just easy and it's fine. So yeah, that's the plan. I also went ahead and pre-planned my morning a little bit. I just have a little bit of an idea of what I'm going to do in the morning. So for example, I know we're going to be doing breakfast and potentially lunch here. Yeah, probably both. So I just pre-boiled an egg for breakfast, cut up some peaches, and then he'll have that with some toast. And then for lunch, leftover pork chop meat I cut up ready to go, some cheese cut up ready to go, and then I'll just chop up some spinach on top, and that'll be lunch. So I don't even have to think about that tomorrow. I just know it's there good to go, so I can focus on actually putting the last items together and packing all the last things to go. There's not a whole lot left to do, except for I gotta iron Dave's suit because he will be performing while we're gone. We're actually going to the Eastern Canadian Tap Conference tomorrow, and the first time we've gone every year. Dave's gone every year since the beginning, which I think is close to 20 years at this point, and I've been going since I met Dave, which was 10 years ago. But of course last year was COVID, so it didn't happen, and that is just so heartbreaking. And not only do we see these people once a year at this very special event, but we also tend to see the same people at other tap events throughout the year with this particular studio and organization run by our good friend Kim Chalovich. Her business is called the Tap Dance Center, and anyways, she also puts on the Eastern Canadian Tap Conference. So we're going to be seeing who we call the Tap Fam, basically super special people in our lives, and just a whole lot of good bull and good vibes and good dance. And I can't believe it's been this long since I've seen those guys, and I'm just so over the moon excited to see them and introduce them to George, because the last time we saw them was the day of the leap day of the leap year of 2020. So So when was that? Like February 29th, I guess, what the leap day is. They put on the Tap Dance Center put on a Celtic show. Yeah, then of course, as we all know, the pandemic really started to hit in March, and we conceived George in March as well. So no one's met George. So I can't believe tomorrow is happening and coming, and what a perfect excuse to go out and stay at a hotel with George. Can't think of a better memory for his first hotel stay. So as I'm packing, I've been watching YouTube and of course getting some wonderful advice on different things to bring and pack and tips about bringing babies and toddlers into hotel rooms. So I will share a little bit of that with you as we go. And for tonight, I am just going to close this all up and get myself a bowl of ice cream and get a good night's sleep, because I'm gonna need it for this awesome weekend that we're about to do. So I'll see you in the morning. It's Saturday morning and it is almost noon. George went down for his nap at 10:45, so I'm definitely running out of time. Hence why I haven't done my hair yet and my makeup. But definitely prioritizing with the baby is so key. I have to think of the things that I need to get done while he's sleeping and the things that I can do when he's awake. So I did the dishes real quick first to start, then I hopped in a shower, got dressed, started to put together some things. I ironed Dave's suit, so that was key, and I wanted to talk to you guys. So the perfectionist in me wanted to wait till I had my hair and makeup done to come on camera, and also you'll notice I have some things sort of lying around. George's toys are down there. However, I don't want to waste time with tidying up all these little things because I know I'm going to do a last tidy real quick before we leave, because George is going to be awake for a while before we leave anyways, so I'm not going to waste my time on all that stuff. And doing my hair and makeup is actually pretty easy when George is awake, because he just plays around at my feet and I can stop and interact with him and that kind of thing. Whereas if I'm ironing with him around, that can be dangerous. So definitely made that a priority. One thing that went wrong this morning. So of course this is life, and as you guys saw last night, I planned everything that I could in advance, down to I actually made coffee to put in the fridge, so I had an iced coffee ready for this morning. And I mentioned last night that there was a thunderstorm. So when I went to bed last night, what I do is I go into the bedroom to go to sleep, usually around like midnight or so, or somewhere between 10 and midnight, and just crawl into bed and sleep in the same room as George. But I noticed that the white noise was off, which I found odd. Occasionally I hit the timer button by accident, so I thought that was what it was, but it wasn't. So I just went to bed and thought, that's weird. Turned it back on and everything was fine. Woke up this morning with him and it was off again. And I was like, what's going on? So I checked it out. It wasn't the timer, and it just looked like it was plugged in, but no light was on for the charge. So I'm thinking, oh no, was this the power outage? Because there was one point during the storm last night where there was a huge flash of lightning and the thunder at the same time, and the lights went out. So almost like something hit an electrical panel or something. I don't know how that stuff works. Anyways, I'm wondering if that had something to do with it. But also, my monitor went down last night. It just got frozen on the screen and it wouldn't turn off, wouldn't turn on, like nothing. It wouldn't do anything at all. So I'm thinking to myself, like, oh my gosh, we're gonna go to this hotel with no monitor and no white noise machine. Like, what a nightmare. Those are, well, especially the white noise machine is so key. So this morning was a little tense, to say the least. I was trying to figure out the white noise machine. At the same time, Dave was trying to get ready for work. He only goes to work in the morning once a week. Usually it's an evening work schedule that he has, and let's just say that we're not used to getting people out the door in the morning on time. I'm imagining that it's kind of what it's like to have school-age kids. The stress levels definitely were high, trying to get Dave ready to go and out the door in terms of making sure, breakfast was ready and all that stuff. So also he woke up a little bit late, so that didn't help things. So we're trying to get things together, get breakfast organized, get Dave out the door, and I'm like stressed out about this white noise machine, trying to figure it out, because of course I'll need it for the first nap. This is like a problem that needs to be solved like ASAP, right? And George was just being so fussy this morning. I'm sure it's because he was vibing off of our negative vibes that were flying around here. And he was just getting super easily frustrated with everything and like whiny and fussy. And I was like, oh my gosh, like my stress level, my anxiety was like so high. So I tried to take deep breaths in between, you know, just stopping for a second and be like, okay, like try to stay chill, try to stay positive. So anyways, Dave got out the door. Then I tried to recenter myself. There's nothing I could do about the white noise machine. It was sort of charging, but it kept going in and out. It looked like it was charging, so I thought, okay, maybe it'll be okay. Maybe I'm overreacting. So it worked to put on, and we'll see when I wake him up if it does work. If it doesn't work, I'm going to just stop by Toys R Us and get just a random white noise machine. It won't have the music that he's used to, but at the very least it'll have white noise, which is the main sort of important thing, and then I'll deal with what to do next. Or it'll just work itself out and be fine. So either way, I have a plan. So I feel a little bit better about that now. It's just one of those things though, you know, you can plan and plan and plan, but life, what's that saying? Life is what happens when you're busy making plans. And that's exactly what happened to us this morning. So yeah, it's just one of those things. So anyways, back to packing. I have the end of my coffee. This is just a Starbucks cup from yesterday that I didn't finish, with homemade coffee in it. And I have one of my favorite YouTubers on in the background, and I will take you around and sort of show you a little bit of what's going on. So, I have Dave's suit ready to go. Okay, so first and foremost, I have my list here ready to go from last night. My clothes, I won't go through everything that's on the list, but in general, my clothes, I've checked off everything that I planned on bringing. It's all packed. I'm wearing what I want to wear. Dave's clothes are packed, ready to go. George's clothes are in the small bag with his diapers. Oh, that just reminded me, I haven't got my bathing suit yet. That's why at the very end I'm going to check off one last time. So I'm going to have a bathing suit. I got George's bathing suit because there is a pool there. I don't know if we'll use it, but that might be fun. He's been doing swimming lessons lately, so he's used to the pool. Toiletries. I still have to do my hair and makeup, so that's going to be one of the last things. He's sleeping in his pack and play, so all that stuff, the white noise machine, Jeffrey, all that stuff, I still have to do. I put a reminder on here to feed the cats because that'll be one of the last things as well. And then shoes, I still have to pack. So now that I'm going through it, I still have a lot to do, but everything is sort of ready to go. It's just the last minute putting of everything together. The other things that I brought that you guys might be interested in, I brought some extra garbage bags. So I have one of those, oh, George is playing with it. You know, one of those diaper genie things. So it comes with bags that are scented so that the smells don't get out. So of course, being trapped in a hotel room with no diaper genie, we're gonna need some sort of way to keep the smells under control. So I have these bags. However, I also brought Ziploc bags, because like freezer bags, because I don't really know the exact situation where I'd need these, but I just feel like they're always handy to have when I travel, because inevitably something is wet or gross or dirty, and a Ziploc bag is just really easy to keep things contained. So I always travel with a couple of freezer Ziploc bags. Some outlet covers. So I don't know how many outlets they're gonna be, so I just brought like 12 or something ridiculous outlet covers that just pop into the outlets, because of course George is going to be roaming around the hotel room, so that's going to be one of the first things that I do when I get there is put in all the outlet covers. So I brought those. The pump parts are sanitizing from when I washed them after breakfast, so I just have to dry those off real quick. My pump's already in the bag after I pumped last night. I put it in. I'm also going to bring, I have it all ready to go, a little Tupperware full of dish soap so I can just quickly wash the pump parts tomorrow. And if I need to wash, like I'm going to bring his bib and things like that. So I feel like it'll just be good to have. That's one of the tips I picked up on YouTube. I have a sippy cup ready to go full of milk in the fridge. I thought about bringing some frozen milk, but honestly I don't think we're going to need it, and it's just going to be like another thing to try to keep cold. So the sippy cup is fine, and then I'm still nursing, so I'll just nurse him as we go. I'm going to pour some fresh Cheerios in his travel cup, and the bib is drying as well, so when I do the pump parts, that'll go in. The computer and the charger for the computer, I am using the computer right now to charge my light, so that'll have to be one of the last things phone charger. I don't know if Dave wants to bring an extra phone charger or if he just wants to use the ones in the car, so we will see. He has to pick out a tie for his suit, and that is it. So it's going to be such a quick trip. However, it takes a lot of organization because of George. Although, to be honest with you guys, whenever we took hotel trips, like for the last 10 years with Dave, I always plan and organize. I just enjoy it, you know. I like organizing. I'm just such a nerd for it. Anyways, I have George's bag ready to go. Our clothes are ready to go. Just a couple extra things to put in this bag. There's extra room. The diaper bag is pretty much ready to go. I just brought a couple of toys and a couple of books. I'm just keeping it real light on the toys and the books because really we're only gone for one night. We don't need that much. I brought like a ball, a rattle, 2 things that are his absolute favorite right now. A couple of books, like I said, for story, and also he just loves turning the pages of books, especially this 10 Little Ladybugs book. Oh my gosh, he's obsessed with this book. It's got the ladybugs are 3D, so he loves to, you know, just kind of like play with them. Oh, and since we are going to a TAF event, noise canceling headphones. I tried to use them on him one other time, and he really didn't like them on his ears, so we'll see how that goes. I'm really hoping that he will just deal with it and let me put them on him because it can be really loud at these events, obviously, because it's tap dance, but what are you gonna do? So I'll check in with you guys right before we leave, and yeah, we're getting close to going. I'm getting excited. Okay. Wish me luck with the white noise machine thing. I can't believe that happened. Okay, so even though my white noise machine wasn't doing well, luckily George is having a fantastic morning nap. So it is 12:30, which means that in 15 minutes I actually have to wake him up because I don't let him sleep past 2 hours. But typically I get around an hour and a half from him, but he's given me a little extra time today, which is so wonderful of him. So I got to do my makeup, I got my hair dried, but I still have to I just straightened a couple of pieces around my face and then I'll put the rest in a braid, but I don't want to go into the bathroom and make extra noise, so I can do that when he's awake. So I got my pump parts all dried and ready to go. They are right here. Put them in the bag. And now I really didn't a lot for this extra time, so I'm going to have a sip of coffee and wait for him to wake up. So, yeah, bonus. We made it. It is 4:15, and I am in the parking lot of the Living Arts Center in Mississauga. Because George took a long nap this morning, which was incredibly helpful, he is a little behind schedule with his naps, so Dave went up to rehearsal and I'm just staying here with George till he wakes up from his nap, which shouldn't be much longer now. I'm guessing probably about 25 minutes, maybe half an hour. He had a hard time falling asleep in the car, but we just got to sleep about 10 minutes ago. He's got his white noise machine. He is all set with Jeffrey in the car. So once George woke up from his nap, I finished getting ready, took down the pack and play to pack up so we could bring with us. Haven't done that in a while, and let me tell you, it can be frustrating. I know how to take down the pack and play. I've done it at my mom's house, but for some reason it just wasn't working today. Probably because I knew that my time was limited, so I was rushing. And anyways, Dave got home, took George for 5 minutes, and I was able to take a breath and get the pack and play packed up. So Dave got his stuff together, we did all the finalizing of everything, and we made it out the door and drove here, and here we are. I did forget the sippy cup with milk in it, so we stopped at Shoppers. I had to stop there anyways, got some pouches, which I typically, like I said, don't give to George, but it's one of those situations where it's just going to be way easier. He was really fussy in the car seat. I could tell that he just wanted to be up and moving, so I gave him one of the pouches right away. And then I went to get Starbucks, left him with a pouch in the back seat because Dave was eating Subway and I knew he was going to be crying. So I gave him one of the pouches to hang on to in the back seat because Dave was eating, and I knew that with George in the back screaming, Dave was not going to be a happy camper, so I figured the pouch in the back would keep George quiet. I should have known better, rookie mistake. I got back and the pouch was everywhere, all over the back seat, all over George, all over the car seat. Oh, I guess I kind of thought that he was older now and could handle the pouch, but I was wrong. Anyways, so I spent half the car trip actually wiping down the back of the car, and he's pretty much clean now, but his clothes are definitely filthy. So once he's up from his nap, we will definitely be needing, he'll need a change anyway, so we'll do a full outfit change, not just a diaper change. And then I'm going to call Dave and head up and meet him, and I am so excited to see all these guys. It's been so long because of the pandemic, and I just can't believe that I'm seeing them again. I almost thought that this would never happen. Anyways, from here, after rehearsal, which ends at 6, Dave has a break from 6 until curtain up, which is at 8, so we probably have about an hour to get checked into the hotel, get comfortable, and I'm going to check in then. View from our room. Nice view. Wow, beautiful sunset. First hotel stay. Yeah. Just checked in, and we're excited for a fun night. Yeah. Boom! Here we are. We made it to the Delta. George finished up his nap, and he woke up, put him in the stroller, and headed over to the Living Arts Center, where we met up with Dave and the rest of the cast of the show, and it was just so wonderful to see everybody. My heart is just so filled with love and happiness to see all of our friends and Tap family, and just I wish I could stay for the show, but little one has to go to bed, unfortunately. So this is the hotel room. I haven't really tidied it up yet, so you're just getting it as is. Beautiful view. There's George down there playing with the stroller as usual. Say hi, George. Hi. He loves climbing his stroller. Got the Marilyn Monroe buildings. Beautiful city views. It's gorgeous. Little sunset. Nice big bed for tonight. I can watch TV in bed. Oh my gosh, it's been a while since I've done that. It's gonna be so nice. Hey buddy, are you enjoying? I did a sweep of the room as soon as we got here, of course, and it's pretty baby safe as it is. There's one wire over in that corner, and there's one outlet that I had to cover over in that corner, but other than that, everything's pretty much good. So I just ordered a wrap from downstairs, and I will be picking that up, so we'll take a stroller ride down to the lobby, and then we're gonna eat that. George might get a couple pieces of chicken, and I'll put him to bed, so we'll see how that goes. Also, real quick, this is what we are going to be doing. I have him set up in the bathroom. I hear this is a good way to do it for babies in the hotel, so we'll see how this setup goes. Luckily, the bathroom is big enough for the crib. Good morning. It is 11:30 on Sunday morning, and I'm just feeling so fabulous. Last night, George went to bed. We put him to bed in the bathroom, and he was quiet right from the beginning, so I thought, wow, this is great. However, after 10 minutes, he did start to fuss a bit, and he cried for off and on for about 10 minutes. It wasn't like a screaming cry, though. It was more like a fussy cry. I'm wondering if it just had something to do with being a little bit overtired versus the environment. But anyways, it went off and on for about 10 minutes, and of course made me a bit anxious, but I just, I believed in him, and sure enough, 10 minutes after that, he was asleep for the night, and then he slept all night long. At 3 o'clock in the morning, he had one tiny cry, like it was just a meh, which woke me up, but it lasted like 10 seconds, and then we went back to bed. So that was it. He slept the full 12 hours, and we're just feeling so good. It was so nice I really do feel like we've been on vacation. I mean, we're only, when we check out, it'll be like a 24-hour stay. But, last night, George and I hung out in the hotel room. He went to bed, and I just spent the night hanging out in bed, watching TV in bed, which I don't get to do at home anymore because, of course, George is always sleeping in our bedroom. And yeah, I got to watch TLC, which is kind of my guilty pleasure when I'm away anywhere because we don't get that channel at home. And I've been watching TLC since I was a teenager, and I just love some of their shows. So actually right now I'm watching Say Yes to the Dress in the morning. And yeah, I just hung out in bed. I did some editing work and, just hung out on social media and just really did nothing. And it's an extra level of relaxation being away because there's nothing else to do. There's no dishes waiting. There's no, I could be tidying the bathroom, or I could be doing a little laundry. There's really nothing to do except for just chill out in bed. So it was really, really nice to just relax. Dave had a great show. He came back feeling fabulous as well and inspired, and we both had a great sleep in this wonderful bed. Dave hasn't slept in a bed. He's been sleeping on the couch for months, really. And we both woke up this morning just feeling so rested and recharged and inspired. And yeah, this morning we woke up, all three of us, and I went down to, there happens to be a full Starbucks in the lobby, which is a bonus because, of course, I love Starbucks too much, probably. And I got us coffees and breakfast sandwiches. George had a bit of my egg, and I gave him a pouch, and Dave and I enjoyed our breakfast. George just really enjoys exploring the room, and everything's pretty safe. Like I said last night, there's a couple of outlets which I covered, but other than that, everything's like really nice for him to cruise along, and he's just having a blast exploring the room. So we did that for a bit and just relaxed, and then Dave had a shower, and the three of us went down to the pool. This hotel has a pool, and it's super dead, which is great. It was just us down there, and it's this beautiful pool with a nice big shallow end that I could bring George in, and he's been doing swimming lessons the last month or so, which is his dad-son time. So Dave always takes him for swimming lessons, so I don't really get to see what happens because of COVID. I can't come in. So I took him into the pool because Dave was going to have to leave to go to work, and Dave told me sort of what they do in the pool and showed me how to do it from the side, and George just loved the pool, and I loved the pool. I haven't been in a pool in a really long time either because of COVID. Our pool's been closed. So George and I just swam around, and he was, splashing and smiling and laughing, and so was I, and we just had the best time in the pool, and it was only us in the pool, and they had lounge chairs down there, and it was like, I really did feel like we were properly on vacation. I just felt like such an exhale, and we just so needed this. So Dave left while we were still in the pool. He stayed for the majority of the time. We were down there for about 20 minutes. He left, and then George and I stayed for another 10 minutes or so, and it was time for us to come up, and then we had a shower together up here, which was really fun. We don't really do showers at home. He does more baths, but it's just a stand-up shower here, so he really likes that and enjoys the shower. Yeah, then we just did our nap time routine. He went down for a nap super easy. He fussed for maybe like a minute or something, but like barely, and then now he's sleeping, so I'm hoping that he sleeps. He went down for 11. We're a little bit ahead of schedule, I guess. Anyway, he's going down later than he typically does, so 11 is actually really late for him, but it's going to work out nicely just the way that Dave's workshops today are planned and the way that Dave's going to roll. Actually, it's nice that we're running on that time schedule, so it's going to work well. So yeah, I'm just soaking up this last little bit while George is sleeping before Dave will get back around 12:15, I think. And then we'll pack up and we'll head out. And it's just been so nice to hang out and chill. We're going to hang out with Dave for his last workshop of the day, so it'll be about an hour and a bit while he's teaching, which will be great because I'm sure we'll see some friends hanging out over there. And yeah, then we'll head back to reality, which reality is very sweet right now, so that's a good thing too. But yeah, I can say so far, knock on wood, it has been a wonderful trip. There was some stressful moments in the beginning, especially, you know, the morning we left with the whole white noise machine and all that stuff, which that seems to have fixed itself, so thank goodness. And yeah, once we got on the road, it was pretty much smooth sailing from there, so I'm feeling very grateful right now. I'll just show you a little bit more of the room. It's a little messy and I'm not even gonna apologize for it because I'm on vacation, so it doesn't matter. Beautiful Marilyn Monroe towers of Mississauga right out our window. Lots of traffic and everything to look at. George really likes looking out this window. And oh my gosh, the gas down there, that's ridiculous. If you can see, it says 147. Anyways, moving on. Yeah, gorgeous view. Amazing, beautiful day. And this is our room. We have, you know, standard desk. There's a fridge in there, which has been great because I've been able to put George's pouches that he hasn't finished in, and I pumped some milk last night, so I got some place to put my milk. And stroller over there, huge, beautiful, big TV, closet. George is, of course, in there, which is the bathroom. Beautiful bed, clothes and the computer and everything over there. I just did my makeup in bed. Our swimsuits drying a little bit before I put them in the wet dry bag. Some nice art. So yeah, it's a gorgeous, gorgeous room. Really, really lucky. And after Dave and I used to come to hotel rooms all the time. We traveled a lot, especially with Dave's work, and I just kind of tagged along. And for people who used to stay in hotels very frequently, it's been almost 2 years because of the pandemic, and it just feels so nice, a nice treat to be back at one. So anyways, having too much fun.
There we go. There we go. We're swimming.